and gentlemen, please welcome the manager Porsche Clubs North America from Porsche AG, Paul Gregor.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of Porsche AG and Porsche Cars North America, I'd like to welcome you all here this morning to our third Porsche Club preview event at the LA Auto Show. As introduced, my name is Paul Gregor, and I'm a member of the team who looks after the worldwide Porsche Club family. This family is made up of 640 clubs with over 181,000 members in 65 countries. This morning, I'm very pleased to welcome so many of you who represent our North American clubs here, namely the Porsche Club of America, the Porsche Owners Club, and the 356 Registry. For you this morning, we prepared a series of presentations, and we have our product specialists from Germany and from the United States that will be here with you at the cars. This year, 2013, has been a very interesting club year. We've had a wide variety of special events, starting with highlights such as the Porsche Parade in Traverse City, the 356 West Coast Holiday in Santa Fe, a series of Porsche Platz Corral events at the American Le Mans Series races, Escape, and actually we'll be finishing off with an event this weekend in Ontario, California called Tech Tactics. So we hope to see as many of you there and to enjoy it and to enjoy the event. A few small points housekeeping wise. Number one, in the driver selection shop at the back, we have a 10% discount for everybody on everything that's here this morning. And also we'd like to ask you to remain at the booth here until 11 o'clock when the exhibition opens for the general population. So enough said on that. I'd like to welcome you this morning and wish you a pleasant morning with us in the spirit of Porsche. And for now, let's begin with the show. Welcome.
Porsche has always built sports cars. Over 65 years ago, the foundation was laid. It is a success story beyond comparison. The development of the Porsche 911 continued the story. It achieved the ultimate dream of speed, adrenaline, and 100% emotion. It began as a small sports car shop and developed into the most successful manufacturer of exclusive sports cars. And now, Porsche still builds sports cars, and its new model embodies once more the spirit of the brand. It is the only sports car in its segment. It's a true Porsche.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Vice President Marketing Porsche Cars North America, Andre Osthusen.
Well, good morning and a very warm welcome to each and every one of you on behalf of Porsche Cars North America. I'm sure when you saw the audio visual talking about our history, our tradition, when we talk today about our innovation, it gets the blood gushing and gives you goosebumps because our brand is all about emotion. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm really honored to welcome you here this morning as our true Porsche custodians, as our brand ambassadors. It's you who nurtures that community of Porsche owners, that constant dialogue and engagement that we value, that we appreciate, and also create these unique engagement opportunities. You know, the barometer of success in the auto industry, people talk sales and of course they talk product. So to give you a little bit of the state of the nation as far as Porsche in 2013 is concerned, I'm going to delve into our sales numbers. Year to date, putting it into context, no less than 35,111 new Porsche vehicles found owners in the community in the United States. Putting that into context, it's about 24% outpacing last year. Fantastic news, and as I always say to my team, success breeds success. And we've passed a milestone this week where we've actually surpassed last year's sales in total by the second week of November. So all in all, we believe we'll be just on 20% up year on year. Once again, it's successful, sustainable growth in the exclusive Porsche premium segment. Now, ladies and gentlemen, one of the highlights this year has been the celebration of the 50 year of the 911. Thinking back, as we saw in the audio visual early on, it's been 50 years since at the IAA in 1963, we showcased the first 901 or the 911 as it's known today. 50 years later, 7 generations on, more than 820,000 units produced, many of them still going strong, but it's rekindled the passion, the flame, and the Porsche spirit is very much alive. So this year, in conjunction with yourselves, we've planned a series of events to commemorate this special occasion. For that, we rolled out the red carpet with a special commemorative edition, which is on exhibit here today, but we know we value the Porsche community, and as such, we showcased the car and debuted the car at the first occasion at the Porsche Parades in Traverse City, Michigan, earlier this year. So testimony, once again, we value our Porsche owners, our Porsche Club community, and we took the car out there to commemorate the special occasion with you. Since then, the vehicle has made its way around the country, appearing at numerous Porsche events, also club events and concourse, including Pebble Beach, Hilton Head very recently, and also the North Carolina Museum of Art. And if those of you who have not been there, it's certainly worth your while to take a trip down there and go and see those 22 really fantastic models on exhibit. So the vehicle is also available here today for you to look at. Stunning combination of tradition and innovation, and in particular the houndstooth pattern, which is a favorite of mine, and it just goes to show how strong we believe in our roots. So ladies and gentlemen, today, apart from the latest models, there's the rest of the range will be available, and you'll probably hear from me shortly, but we look forward to talk to you, engage with you, and share Porsche news. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Manager Marketing and Sales SUV Products Porsche AG, Daniel Vasiliadis.
Hello everybody, thank you very much. I'm really happy to be here and to be able to present you a new baby to our Porsche family, the brand new Porsche Macan. Sports car meets SUV, that was our development goal of this car, and yeah, here's the result. On the one side in blue you can see the beautiful Macan S with 340 horsepower. On the right side you see the beautiful black Macan Turbo with even 400 horsepower. When we take a look at the design from the front, you immediately see and recognize the Porsche face. You see this really big wide hood that represents the Macan's performance and muscle, and you see the very big air intakes through which the brand new V6 bi-turbo engines breathe. The Macan looks very, very sporty, and when we take a look at the side of the Macan, you see this very, very elegant cube shape side theme with the declining roof here. Of course, immediately you recognize the very big wheels up to 21 inches. Here you see the RS Spider wheel, very nice design. It only has 20 inches, but it's still very nice and big enough, I think. You recognize a brand new exterior decor, our so-called side blades. You can have them in 3 different variants. Standard is black. You can go up to exterior color as well as real carbon, which is presented right here. And then we take a look at the back of the car, which is another beautiful design piece, I personally think. It's a very, very clean and elegant, sporty looking design with this completely clean rear lid. You immediately recognize the shoulders of the 911 in the design theme. And of course, the 2 or even 4 very big exhaust pipes with a real Porsche sound. The Macan has a 7-speed PDK as standard, and the turbo comes with a PASM as standard, and in both cars you can get the air suspension, which is a USP in this segment. Now I would like to show you the interior of the Macan, and you can immediately recognize, or you immediately feel home in the car. It's the Porsche 911 design interior with Boxster dials. Of course, you have the ignition key on the left. You have the big RPM measuring clock in the middle, and the center rising up console with the PDK gear shift. And what you recognize as well is the brand new steering wheel generation, which is derived from 918 Spider. And for the first time in the Porsche cars, you're able to have gear shift pedals as well as multifunction as standard. And yeah, to give you some important numbers as well, the Macan S goes from 0 to 60 in only 5 seconds. And the Macan Turbo even in 4.4 seconds. And to give you like another impressive unofficial number, the Nürburgring Nordschleife, we managed to drive with the Macan Turbo and air suspension and big wheels and PTV Plus and so on in 8 minutes and 20 seconds. And that's pretty much about the time that a 9872 Boxster and Cayman S took some years ago. So I think this pretty much gives you a good impression of the car. The way it handles, the way it feels immediately like a sports car. As soon as you get in, you totally forget about that there's like actually like a big SUV. And I really hope that you will have a chance to drive this car soon, because I think only words and numbers cannot really transport to you what this car actually is capable of. And yeah, I guess that's it from my side. If you have any questions later on, feel free to ask. I will be standing here with the car, and we'll be happy to answer your questions. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much to Daniel Vasiliades. It's a very rare occasion that we get to launch a brand new Porsche. So this week, over the past 48 hours, the 5th model line in our stable with the Porsche Macan. But the point I wanted to make, thank you to our colleagues in Germany for allowing the United States to debut and world premiere this fantastic addition to our model line. I also would like to make another emphatic statement this morning, ladies and gentlemen, that Porsche, we are taking our first step, venturing into the world of e-mobility with the debut of the new Panamera SE Hybrid at the back of the exhibit, and which you'll also see on the screen behind me. It's the first plug-in hybrid in the premium executive segment, and what makes it truly remarkable is that this vehicle can, apart from the combustion engine, drive a range of no less than 22 miles in full electric capacity. Another feature worth mentioning is whilst driving, there's a button that can be activated and you can actually charge the vehicle whilst driving. Once again, Porsche taking a very smart move with technology, but taking it beyond the customer's expectation. I think a question that will be forthcoming from your side is, how long will it take to charge? So, with an average 240 volt socket, the charging time is about approximately 2.5 hours. More impressively is a 0 to 60 time of a mere 5.2 seconds, and certainly feel free to have a closer look at the new Panamera SE Hybrid. Our Gran Turismo range has been exceptionally successful, and we're also extending the range this year with the addition of three new variants in the form of the Panamera 4S Turbo and Turbo S Executive versions. Once again, catering to the demands of our customers who are seeking additional legroom and those creature comforts that one would expect from the Porsche family. Moving along to the 911 Turbo, we are very pleased, very excited to have the return of the legendary Turbo, now in the form of the Type 991. We'll debut the 911 Turbo S and Turbo, and as you're well familiar with the twin turbo configuration, these vehicles now produce, believe it or not, 520, and in the case of the S, 560 horsepower respectively. Quite simply, enough said. Some advanced technologies that are also included in the vehicle and worthwhile mentioning for the first time following the GT3 now is rear axle steering in combination with the all-wheel drive, and this propels the Turbo forward in the case of 3.3 seconds with the Turbo and the Turbo S a mere 3 seconds. It also features the debut of brand new technology in the form of Porsche Active Aerodynamics. So the team will be on hand to answer some of your questions, getting a better understanding of how this technology works. Other distinct features of the Turbo S will be the bold and emphatic two-tone interior. After all, you are driving a Porsche Turbo, and of course the characteristic 28mm wider body than the C4, which has become a character trait of the 911 Turbo. And, ladies and gentlemen, as if the 911 Turbo is not enough, let's talk about the future. Let's cast our eyes ahead about a project that started in Geneva in March 2010 when we showcased the 918 Spider concept to the world. Now, almost 4 years later, we've announced that the 918 has gone into production. Once again, technology that we tested, technology that our customers wanted, and Porsche made a bold commitment for the next generation, for the next decade supercar in our family. Now, recently, we were very privileged to announce that we've achieved a record time around the Nordschleife. That is the benchmark, as Daniel said earlier on, which all sports cars' dynamic ability is measured by. So we broke the 7-minute barrier with a record time of no less than 6 minutes 57 seconds. I'm sure if you've not heard about it, most of our competitors have, and even though they've also got supercars in that respective category, Porsche has proven that we walk the talk. It is the fastest production car with street legal tires, and this week we also announced a top speed of 214 miles, but it propels to 60 miles per hour in a mere 2.5, did I say 2.5? 2.5 seconds. But it's not just about acceleration, it's not just about top speed, it's about all-round drivability and, in Porsche's true sense of the word, everyday usability. So we're looking forward to the first 918s going into production, and then early in 2014 having our first owners in the 918 circle take delivery of this technological marvel. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a thoroughly entertaining morning, and I invite you to have a look at the rest of the range. But beyond the product range that I've already spoken about, at the back you'll also see a little model exhibit of the new Porsche Experience Center in Los Angeles. This is a bold and definitive investment from our company for our Porsche owners, our Porsche community, our Porsche aficionados, and for consumers and prospects out there. This is the realization of a vision that started about 4 years ago, And we are hectically underway at the moment with a remedial action plan, bringing all the soil into the facility to have basically the building move from vision to reality. So we hope in approximately 15 months from now, we can invite you to this new, basically home of Porsche Cars North America out here on the West Coast, affording you the opportunity to come and engage in a driving experience which could range anything from 30 minutes all the way through to a day, or if it be that we can't get you away, a week at the track. So 53 acres of pure Porsche experience, driving our cars, experience the technologies in a true dynamic sense. Once again, I think testimony of the brand's commitment to North America, our growth, and also for you to have the opportunity to come and drive our latest addition to the family. It's been a pleasure hosting you here this morning. Just from a practical arrangement, I think we can be around until about 11 a.m. when we need to open basically the doors to the public. So thank you. All my team are around, Paul and myself. If you'd like to come and have a catch up, we invite you and looking forward to the conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.